After cabinets, windows are the single biggest material spent in a new build or a major renovation, and they're one of the easiest places to get talked into the wrong spec because windows fail slowly. The leaks, the warping, the seals, the energy loss, none of it shows up until year 5 or maybe 10. And by then, your only option is a full replacement. On a typical 20 window house, that could be $20,000 to $100,000, depending on what you put back in. I've built and replaced windows on a ton of homes, so these are the 3 I watch fail the most. Let's go. Window number 1. Cheap vinyl windows. In any hot or sunny climate, these are the extruded PVC frames you'll find at the big box stores and the bargain window dealers. Almost always stamped Energy Star. Almost always sold with a lifetime warranty. Here's what you're actually getting. A hollow vinyl frame, no internal reinforcement, no thermal break, standard double pane glass with the cheapest spacer bars and welded corners that crack under repeated heating and cooling. And vinyl has a real problem with heat. It expands and contracts 2 to 3 times more than aluminum or fiberglass with every temperature swing. So in Florida, Texas, Arizona, Southern California, those frames start warping within 5 to 8 years. Dark vinyl? Even worse, because it absorbs the heat. The surface of a black frame, well, it can get up to 180 degrees in direct sun. And it fails first. The seals, well, they let go. The glass fogs up. The condensation between the panes and the frames warp out of square. The windows, well, they stop opening, they stop sliding, and they definitely don't crank right. A quality window lasts 30 years and up. These give you 8 to 15. And a lifetime warranty is doing a lot of work in that sentence. It covers the glass unit only, never the labor to replace it. And half of these bargain brands change their name or vanish before you'd ever cash that in. Now the cost? Well, they're cheap. They can run $400 to $800 a window installed, so they look like a deal next to the $1,500 option. But once you're replacing them twice as often, and they end up being the most expensive window you can buy. Quick way to check what you've got: knock on the frame. A quality reinforced vinyl sounds solid. Cheap vinyl sounds hollow. Real quick, if you're speccing windows right now, do me a favor. Check out my Renovation Playbook. It has exact window specs to ask for, the material, the glass, the brands that actually last, and it's all free. The link's in my description. Let's jump into window number 2. The single hung window. Now this is the window where only the bottom half slides up to open, and the top half is fixed in place, sealed and shut forever. Now they get sold as a simpler, cheaper, lower maintenance than they double hung. Well, and on paper, that sounds fine. In your actual house, it's a window doing half of its job. You get half the ventilation because you can't open the top to let the hot air that rises to the ceiling escape. And that fixed top sash gives you no airflow at all unless you open a door. When you want to clean the outside, well, you're going outside to do it because a double hung tilts in and allows you to clean from your living room. The cheap single hung also has a weak meeting rail. That's the horizontal joint where the 2 sashes meet, and over time it flexes and it lets, air leak. One of these actually meets code, and a lot of jurisdictions require an operable window for a minimum size in every bedroom for egress. For getting out in a fire, a single hung bottom sash often is not tall enough to pass. Builders have been using them because they're $50 to $150 cheaper. It's just less expensive window, and it's a default, so it works for production specs. But the little savings up front buys you 30 years of half ventilation. Swapping single hungs out for a double hung, it could run you in between $700 and $1,500. And a window, once you count disposal, frame, work, finish, it's just smarter to spec a double hung from the start. That's my opinion. Window number 3, non-impact glass. In any hurricane or storm-prone region, this is a standard glass, single or double pane with no laminated impact-rated layer inside of it. If you're on the coast of Florida, the Gulf, the Atlantic seaboard, parts of Texas, or Hawaii, this one's for you. Most Florida homes built before 2002 still have it. In those areas, code now is requiring impact glass on new construction in the wind-borne debris zones. Collier, Lee, Monroe, Miami-Dade, Broward, all of them. And there's a reason, and it's simple. In a storm, a piece of flying debris hits a regular window and it breaks. The second a window breaks during a hurricane, the wind gets inside, it pressurizes the house, and that pressure is what physically can lift roofs or tear down walls and create devastation. And that's how the structure fails. The windows go, the house pressurizes, the roof lifts, structures break down, then the water's pouring in, it destroys everything. And on top of it, a lot of Florida insurers won't even write policies now for non-impact homes anymore, or they'll charge you a large percentage more if they do. Upgrading to impact glass at construction is probably $300 to $700 a window more. So you're not talking about a lot of money over the size of an entire house. Doing a retrofit later, it's going to cost you more. You got to take the old windows out. You got stucco to replace. You got drywall. You got paint. If you're doing a renovation or you're building new, do it now. And that higher insurance premium for as long as you own the house, just going to keep going. Easy way to know what you have is to look at the corner of the glass. Real laminated impact glass has a permanent etched stamp in the corner of every pane with the rating and the code. Now, if that corner is blank, it's not impact glass. And if you want to deal with that before the next season, I suggest calling someone pretty soon because hurricane season is upon us. For those of us who live in Southwest Florida, we're ready. Are you? So here's what I actually put in. For the material, you gotta go with the 3 good tiers. Premium is aluminum clad wood. Marvin, Elevate, Pella, Anderson 100s. And if you're on a budget, high-end reinforced vinyl. Now, the Anderson 400 series or the Pella 350 is the reinforced stuff. Stay away from hollow bargain frames. Trust me. Now, for operation, double hung at a minimum and a casement window, the kind you can crank open for your kitchen and anywhere you want a tighter seal and better airflow control. For glass, laminated impact glass in any storm-prone area. Low E coating as a standard. Argon-filled, double pane at the very least, and triple pane if you're up north in the cold. Skip the black or dark frames in a hot climate unless it's thermally broken aluminum or fiberglass specifically rated for the heat. And one rule that covers all of it, buy from a manufacturer that's been making windows for at least 30 years and is still owned by the same parent company, because a warranty is only worth something that the company is still going to stand and honor it. So there's those 3. Skip the cheap vinyl in the heat, never settle for a single hung, and if you're anywhere near the coast, impact glass is the only option. Now, my money is on the cheap vinyl being the most that you have. But impact glass is the one I really need Florida folks to go check tonight because it's all about safety, not money. Go look at the corner of your windows, then tell me in the comments what you found and which one of these 3 is in your house. And as always, if you think I'm wrong, I'll see you in the comments. Thanks for watching Built by Becker.